Hello, everybody, and welcome to English 102 Summer 2019 edition. I'm your host and teacher, Adam Floridia. My intention with this video is to give you a quick tour of the online course, to show you where things are, to show you how everything will work, so you can start off on the right foot. I really did try to design everything so it's as intuitive and idiot-proof as possible. So as long as you're following directions, you should be just fine. But please do watch this whole video. I'm going to try to keep it to under 10 minutes. And you could always watch it at 1.5 speed so that I talk really squeaky, but you could still get the information. And a quick note that I will know who did watch the entire video once it comes time to do the very first assignment. All right, without further ado, when you sign in, you'll come to the announcements page. Make sure if you see a new announcement, you read it. That's where I will post information that I want everyone to know. So first, there's this welcome note. And I'm just going to go through the sidebar on the left. Next is Blackboard Mail. I would recommend after you log in, after you sign into Blackboard, click on Blackboard Mail. Take it 1 second, check, see if you have anything in your inbox. If I need to reach out to you personally, this is where I will send you. This is how I'll do it. And I ask that you don't email me externally, please, because I won't be checking work email as much, but I will check this daily. But even this, please try not to use Blackboard Mail if you have questions, unless of course they're of a personal nature. Otherwise, if you have something general you want to ask, anything about the course, assignments, readings, life, liberty, I don't know, pursuit of happiness, feel free to ask on the discussion board. Think of that as any questions that you would ask in classroom, where you'd raise your hand, you'd ask the teacher something. That can go on the discussion board. Anything personal, by all means, send me an email. All right, next is, you've already been here, hopefully. Well, yeah, if you're watching this video. Syllabus and overview. You should have already read through the syllabus. The video isn't up here yet because I'm making it right now, but that's what you're doing. You clicked on the video, so you're watching that. Again, read through the syllabus carefully. That's our contract for the course. That's all of my expectations and everything. So make sure you're familiar with that. Basically, another way of saying I don't accept late work. If you have a major emergency or something, let me know. And then these are 2 documents that I have to post because the college makes me. Okay, after that, important due dates. This is probably where you should go next after watching this video. I'm not going to download it, but it gives you a calendar view of due dates for the whole mini semester that we have. So check that out. And I'm going to skip course content for a second, go down to discussion board. Here's that course questions discussion board. Like I said, any questions, post them here. I will check daily. This is something else you guys should check too. So if somebody asks a question here, I'll go on and I'll answer it. And then I expect everyone to know the answer to that question. So if it's something if I made something unclear for some reason and someone wants clarification and they say, oh, how do you do this? I'll go in and I'll answer. I expect everybody then to get it right. This would be like me answering a question that someone asks in class that everyone in class should know. So check if there's any unread posts. It's real easy. Another board, informal discussion, just like it says, you could read this. But if you just want to chat, you want to talk about any of the readings, have any kind of informal discussion, by all means, post here. Hopefully we can get some conversations going there. This is the incentive where give me a reason to bump your grade up at the end of the semester. I mean, I'm not going to bump you from a B to an A, but if you're borderline B, B+, give me a reason to round up. So if you post here, that's what we'll do that. And then all of our other discussions boards for the semester, but I'm going to recommend that you don't click on them through here. You're going to go through the daily and weekly folders, which we'll get to in just a second. And then last but not least, before the course content, my grades. Check this out after you post an assignment. Just like you guys have a lot of due dates real fast, I will be grading work, always with the goal of returning to you with some feedback before the next assignment is due. I expect you to learn from that feedback. That's part of being a student. You guys do stuff. I give you constructive criticism, tell you how to get better, and then you get better. So make sure you go and read. I will post little notes. I'm not sure what it'll look like from your end, but I'd imagine that you'll have a grade over here and then something where you can click and see my comments. So make sure you check my grades and learn from your feedback. All right, getting into the meat of the course. After you've explored all of this stuff, you're going to click on the short stories unit. And right now, I have everything organized as effectively as I think possible. Folders that you go through in order: Monday, June 17th, Thursday, June 20th, Friday, the 21st to Sunday, the 23rd, etc., etc. I'm not sure, but the college might make me reorganize this and dump these into weekly folders and make me put week 5 at the top and week 1 at the bottom. If it looks like this when you get it, good. The college didn't make me do that. If week 5 is up here, well, then you're going to scroll down to week 1, and I'm just going to put these same exact folders inside the other ones. Basically, just follow the dates. That's the easiest thing. Again, I try to make everything clear. So either way, whether it's in a weekly folder or it's just like this, you're going to click on Monday 6/17 to Thursday 6/20. You'll always see a to-do list first. Follow this. Big part of online class, just following directions. Like I said, I really tried to lay things out. Do this, do this, do this, so that everyone can be successful. These are the directions for your first introductory post. You're going to answer these 5 questions and post them on the discussion board. This is the discussion board, so you click there and it links to the discussion board, and you just do create a thread. You can see I've already posted mine. You won't be able to see someone else's posts until after you have posted. So if you click on it and you don't see something right away, that's actually how it should be. After you post, then everyone else who has already posted will show up. Let's go back. Let's see. And here is the bonus to see who is actually paying attention to this video. For this introductory post, I'll give you a, let's go 7.5 out of 10, just for answering these simple 5 questions. If you want a 10 out of 10, 7 out of 5, yeah, it's average. You did C work. If you want that exceptional grade of a 10 out of 10, it's easiest 10 points all semester, after the 5th question, just add a note saying that you understand what plagiarism is, that you understand what the consequences are, that you've read the syllabus, something like that. And I mean, don't just post it. Actually, do make sure you've read the syllabus and understand that plagiarism, if you plagiarize any discussion post, you will get a 0 for every discussion post, past, present, and future. That's my way of threatening you, bribing you, rewarding you, I don't know, for not going online. Don't go to SparkNotes and Pink Monkey and eNotes and all that stuff, BookRags. Don't see what any of those sites have to say about the readings. Stay off the internet, except for, of course, Blackboard. I want you to get familiar with reading some professional criticism. So I've posted that in the folders. And I really want you to work on coming up with your own ideas. You're developing your interpretive skills and analytical skills. So going on other sites and just getting ideas is defeating that purpose. So post that note that you something about you understand plagiarism and the consequences, and then you'll get a 10 out of 10 for this. And then, of course, reply to a classmate. No guidelines. Just say hi, say something nice, and you'll get your 5 out of 5. So easiest assignment to start. All right, this folder, this first day's folder, has the most important materials for all of Unit 1. It's the all close reading materials with exclamations on both sides. So for Unit 1, for each set of stories that you're going to read, you're going to post a close reading. Here are the directions with a skeleton outline for you to follow. Here is a PowerPoint explanation and walkthrough with a close reading embedded in it. Here's a rubric I'll use for content and writing. Here's a checklist. You absolutely should use this. Please fill this out every time you do one. If you can answer like, yes, I did all this stuff, then you should be getting good grades. Some other thinking checklists, kind of food for thought, and story thematic issue ideas. Download it, you'll see what it is. But these are the most important documents to being successful on the close reading assignment. That is typically difficult for students when they get started because students aren't, it's usually a new assignment. It's asking you to focus on the language of the quote, the actual words the author uses. So you're going to choose a small quote and then literally say, focusing on the words, this phrase is important because it means this. The choice of this word means this. You'll see. So refer back to that. MLA and Works Cited PowerPoint, a review of, basically this is my English 101 class in a nutshell, so essay format, essay structure, it'll be important for major essays, and it gives you a quick review of some citation stuff. Paper 1 assignment, not due till the end of the unit, but I like you to have the assignment so that you can think of it as you go along. And last thing you're going to do in this set of first days is go through this Getting Started Lit Terms PowerPoint, introductory to all the terminology I want you to know and be familiar with. You're going to have your first assignment, aside from this introduction post, is actually going to be a test. And a good part of that test is defining literary terms. Spoiler, this is where you're going to get the definitions. Literally, copy paste them off the PowerPoint. These are the definitions I want you to know. So make use of that. All right. So after you finish the first day's folder, and you move on, Friday one. Don't worry, I won't go through every folder. You're going to read The Scarlet Ibis. It's a fantastic story. You're going to complete this test packet. It's 15% of your grade, and you're going to upload the test packet here. Any questions on that stuff? Put them on the course questions board. And I'm going to show you one more folder, I think, because then we get into the kind of normal swing of things, where starting on Monday the 24th, Thursday the 27th, this is pretty much how things will run for Unit 1. I will post 3 stories. This set is A and P by John Updike, Araby by James Joyce, and The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. you're going to read all three of those. And I encourage you to read the A&P criticism, Arabic criticism, and the things they carried criticism. So this is different than SparkNotes or a site like that because it's actual scholarly criticism. So it's engaging with ideas on sort of a more intellectual, deeper level. Some of it can be difficult to read. Skim it. Go ahead and skim it. See if there's things that are useful, things that aren't, but you don't have to read every single word. But I do encourage you to read it, and you will need to include a quote from some kind of, you'll need to quote or paraphrase from some criticism in paper one. And especially if you're having a difficult time understanding the story, sometimes the criticism might help give you a better understanding, might set the context. At the end of well, I guess not the end of the week, but on either a Wednesday or a Sunday, each set of stories. So on a Wednesday, you will post a close reading. The directions are in that folder we just went through in the first day's folder. You'll go to the discussion board. You'll post a close reading on one of the three stories, A&P or Arabic or the things they carried. Then you'll have 24 hours before the next due date. So if it's 11:59 on Wednesday, you'll have till 11:59 on Thursday to go back into the discussion board, see what other people have posted, and reply to a classmate's post. As it says, guidelines are in the syllabus. You cannot post on someone who read the same story. So this way, you might be thinking, well, you have to read and post on a story and post a reply to someone who read a different story. Technically, I guess you only have to read 2 out of the 3 stories, but don't read all 3. They're great stories. And who knows, maybe you'll read 2 and be like, I didn't really like them, and you're going to miss out on one that you would have loved. So read all 3 stories. Get a great broad education in literature and exposure to these wonderful stories. And that's pretty much how things will proceed. I said last folder. I'm going to go through one more, but just to show you, it's the exact same thing. You go on the next day, cat person criticism, hills like white elephants criticism, an occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, an occurrence criticism, and then this is by Sunday, post a close reading. By Monday, reply to a classmate. You go through and you just proceed. I encourage you to get ahead if you can. Whenever I go in daily, I will grade whatever work is submitted. So if you're way ahead and up here by the end of the first week, if you're hopefully watching this, listening to this before the class has even started, and you get ahead, as soon as I go in and start grading the first assignments, I just grade anything that's in. And then your short story essay is due by the end of the unit. And you go on to the poetry unit, and you'll be able, by this point, you'll be familiar with following my directions, going through stuff. You're not going to do close readings anymore, but there's new directions, and I'm pretty sure you guys will be good by then. So I think that about wraps it up. I tend to ramble, especially at the end, because I know there's always something I'm forgetting to say. But if there is, I'll post on an announcement. Hopefully I don't have to change the layout of things, but again, there might be weekly folders in here. And I think that's it. Good luck. If you have questions, ask them on the discussion board. Look forward to virtually meeting everybody, chatting with everyone through discussions. And I hope you enjoy all the readings and actually enjoy the course and have a great time. Good luck, everybody.